This is from Ben Scullin. Flashback to Jimmy Kimmel laughing about Donald Trump being banned from all social media. Oh, this is ironic. And joking about conservative apps being taken offline. All over the internet, conservatives are screaming about being silenced. They won't be silent about being silenced. Here we go. Let's see. What's Jimmy Kimmel have to say about Trump being silenced?
Trump has been suspended from Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even Snapchat. But don't worry, Mr. President, there are still plenty of apps you do have access to. You still have Spotify to drown out the sound of millions of people cheering as you leave. You still have Pet Finder since you're on the outs with Mike Pence. You have Cameo, which will soon be your primary source of income. You can still play Among Us, a game where everyone accuses each other of being against them. You'd love it. You could play Pokemon Go. You and Donnie Jr. can hunt Pikachus together.
This is like so anti-funny. This is like whatever the opposite of funny is, that's what this is. This is so bad. Cringe, I guess. Yeah, maybe cringe. The worst part is he's talking like someone who's like cocky, confident that he knows he's funny. And I'm like, you're not though. You're like a comedian that has been like battle tested and seen it all, and you're actually funny. But the only thing is you're lacking being funny. You have everything else except the punchlines.
Everyone accuses each other of being against them. You'd love it. You could play Pokemon Go. You and Donnie Jr. can hunt Pikachus together. And when no one else wants you, don't forget, there's always your old friend, the Domino's Pizza Tracker. Not only did Trump get banned from Twitter.
This is so bad because he's reading from a script too. The delivery is terrible.
Pokemon Go, you and Donnie Jr. can hunt Pikachus together. And when no one else wants you, don't forget, there's always your old friend, the Domino's Pizza Tracker. Not only did Trump get banned from Twitter.
He's literally just reading a prompter.
Google, Apple, and Amazon removed the Parler app from their platforms. Parler is where all the right-wingers gather to post QAnon nonsense and misspell the word parlor. And no one was more upset about Parler going away than a sneaky little congressman named Devin.
But it's more than just the financial aspect of that. Republicans have no way to communicate. I have 3 million followers on Parler. Tonight, I will no longer be able to communicate with those people.
I mean, other than being on Fox News right now. Why does Devin Nunes always look like...
I thought Fox News no one watched. That joke doesn't even make sense based off of what your own rhetoric is.
Somebody knocked his ice cream out of his hand. Trumpers are complaining bitterly that they're being silenced.
This is like all about being in a bubble. And you don't understand that there's people that believe something different from you, which is wild to me. Like he's so cocky that he thinks that these jokes are going to land because everyone hates Trump. It's like, bro, he got the majority. People want him. What the hell are you talking about?
In fact, they won't shut up about being silenced. On their 3 propaganda TV networks, on 1,000 conservative radio shows, all over the internet, they are screaming about being silenced. They won't be silent about being silenced.
And absolutely hysterical in context of what happened to Jimmy Kimmel. Now we have Colin Rugg. A frantic actor, Mark Ruffalo, mocks conservatives who were censored and canceled before saying those same people should rally behind Jimmy Kimmel. That makes a whole lot of sense, right? We all have to come together. Think of yourselves living under the Taliban, because that's where we're headed. I'm having a really hard time feeling bad for the Hollywood elite right now. Let's hear it.
We saw Jimmy Kimmel's show was canceled.
Yeah, his ratings were in the tank. They were terrible.
We don't know what the reasons are, really. It's
the ratings were terrible. They were looking for a reason to kick him.
Very cloudy and murky. I don't understand what's happening right now. My industry doesn't understand what's happening right now. But what they do understand is our freedom of speech is being attacked. I heard Mark Maron today talk.
Yep, there you go, Jay Viper, right there. 129,000 views a night. That is awful. Guys, I'm not even joking when I say this. I'm not a massive YouTube channel by any stretch of the imagination. But on my good days, I get over 129,000 views on my channel on my good days. That's insane. That's insane. Imagine being Jimmy Kimmel, knowing that I am getting more views than he does. Wow.
Talk about it. He said, you guys were so afraid of being canceled. You went out and you screamed and you.
Well, to be fair, 50% of the people that watch me fall asleep to my streams. So Smash should make 8 figures too. Tell that to Alyssa. She probably thinks I already do.
Yelled about being canceled, but the cancellation was coming from people who didn't like what you had to say.
Yep.
It was coming from people who didn't agree with what you were saying and were speaking out about it. This cancellation is the United States government coming and taking your voice away from you. It is the United States government.
I don't understand these people. Like, Hollywood has completely rotted their brains. It is wild. I'm over here like, bro, just be Hulk on the screen. No one gives a shit except to laugh at you. Don't do this. If you just stayed silent, people would actually respect you more because they don't want to hear the bullshit you're spewing. They respected what you did on the acting screen. They don't give a shit about your political takes. That's not why people ever watched you. That's insane.
Government that is now suppressing the freedom of speech. It is the United States government, not your neighbors, not someone on social media.
Now, remember, we just came from Jimmy Kimmel laughing at President Trump's freedoms of speech being taken away and Parler being taken down. But when it happens to Jimmy Kimmel, oh, it's different.
The government doing it now. And that's where we all have to come together.
This is so cheesy. I bet in his mind, he's probably thinking, he's like, oh man, I fucking nailed that right there. People are going to watch this and be like, man, Mark Ruffalo for president. I'm amazing.
Because authoritarian regimes, fascist regimes have to degrade our freedoms more and more over time until we're living the smallest, the most frightened, the most secretive lives. Think of yourselves living under the Taliban, because that's where we're headed.
Sure, Mr. Ruffalo. Sure. And then we got this one here. This is a little bit of a rabbit hole for you. This is Fareed Zakaria, another one of these wokies. Today I sat down with Hillary Clinton and Columbia CIPA, Dean Yaramillo. The former secretary had this to say about Jimmy Kimmel's suspension. It is a direct government action to try to intimidate, to remove an opponent. You can see the full interview Sunday on GPS at 10 a.m. Trust me, I am going to be watching football. No one gives a shit. But we are going to watch this highlight here. And I want you guys to remember this quote right here for what we're going to be talking about right after this. It is a direct government action to try to intimidate, to remove an opponent. Remember those words. But let's hear what she has to say, if we can even make it through this.
Well, I think this is a very clear example of using the power of the state to suppress speech. It is.
The state had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it at all. Unless you count Trump cheering it on as the state causing this. They had nothing to do with it. They were the ABC affiliates that were saying they're not going to keep airing it with a guy that keeps lying on TV. They don't want that. The FCC was going to step in. That's illegal to do. You can't do that. Those are rules uniformly across the board. What the hell is she talking about?
A direct government action to try to intimidate employers, organizations, corporations, much of which we've already seen, to remove an opponent, even though it's a comic. It's I had no idea when I was in public life and listening to the jokes that were made about me and the attacks that were, coming from people like Jimmy Kimmel and others.
I can't believe there was a time in my life where I actually considered voting for her. Yeah, I did. I mean, I didn't actually vote for her, but I considered it. Oh, God.
that I could have called up the head of the FCC and said, take them off the air. I don't like what they're saying. I mean, of course, this was a particularly sensitive time because of the terrible crime that was committed, the murder of Mr. Kirk.
Oh, not Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, yeah. No Freudian slip there.
But, you know, you defend free speech in terrible times. And you defend free speech that is used against holding people in power accountable through satire, humor, barbed attacks. You defend it even when it is offensive. And they have unfortunately taken the view that we believe in free speech as long as we're making the speech and your speech agrees with us. Otherwise, we're against free speech.
Awkward silence after that. So that's the stance she's trying to put out there and project like lefty lunatics always do. And we've caught on to them, and it's exposed to everyone, and that's why it's all falling apart. Hillary Clinton quote tweets this saying, "In America, we defend free speech in terrible times. We defend free speech even when it's offensive. We defend free speech." Gets quote tweeted by Sean Davis. "This you? Delete your account." Wow. To Donald Trump saying delete his account. Wow. And then check mark when it gets silenced. Weird. So what she was saying about the other side doing it only when it's okay with the other side, ironically, is exactly what she fucking did when it happened to Donald Trump. Gotcha. Okay, so we have yet another example of a lefty lunatic projecting once again. I know you're all shocked, but yeah, there's so many receipts. We can go on all night with this kind of stuff, but yeah, weird. I'll leave that one there.